free agency bonanza continues here on the Big Six Podcast. Valuable veterans, you see it all the time. Like Jadeveon Clowney. How about that? Does that one work, right? Like, Jadeveon Clowney is a guy who, remember the pandemic when we had Jadeveon Clowney watch every day on the Big Six Podcast, CBS Sports Show Breach. Flies under the radar now, but a guy who you sign makes a huge difference for your team. I think Leonard Floyd could be the guy. In fact, he made a difference last year for the Buffalo Bills. They signed him because they went and spent big on Von Miller. Von gets hurt. They don't know if he's going to be ready to start the season. They want to bring him in slowly. So to sort of supplement him, they go and get Leonard Floyd. He has 10.5 sacks on a 1-year contract. As Pete notes, he was second on the team in pressures. He's a former first-round pick by the Bears who has been productive in some of these stops. I think he won a Super Bowl with the Rams. To me, at 28, maybe a little low. I don't know. I think this is a guy who is going to keep piling up these 1-year deals, maybe not breaking the bank because he doesn't have that upside, a little older, but a nice veteran player that somebody could sign. Who you got, Breach?
I have DJ Reader. Look, you don't see too many
Bengals bot.
Of Bengals bot have to pick a Bengals player, correct? Look, he's a great run stuffer. He's somebody you want. He's a veteran. He's going to turn 30 in July, so he fits that veteran mold, especially when you consider he's going into his 9th NFL season. And when you have somebody who can clog the middle like that, that opens things up for everyone on your defense, whether that's your pass rush, that helps your linebackers. And so what he's been able to do in Cincinnati, he's been a key part of that defense. I think it would be spectacular if the Bengals were able to resign him, but if they cannot, and if they don't, he would be a huge signing for any team out there that really needs a run stuffer in the middle.
And as Pete notes, the late season injury that can often end up with a 1-year deal. And that's a guy, DJ Reader, you added a 1-year deal. He's playing for a contract, could really impact the defense. Who you got, Sully?
Oftentimes when we talk about these older guys, it's to Super Bowl contenders, right? I mean, they're looking for somebody to latch onto to win a title. I think Stephon Gilmore is one of those guys that he's at this stage of his career where he's going to pick his spot to go to a legit contender and also be a legitimate force in that secondary. I think Detroit is a team that should be going after him. I mentioned them with Jalen Johnson. That's kind of the home run swing. But if you are the Lions, who allowed like 7 yards per catch last season, you have to fix this secondary. Stephon Gilmore is someone who not only is a former defensive player of the year, he allowed like 55% completion percentage when he was the primary corner in coverage, but he's won Super Bowls. He knows how to get over that hump. He's made big plays in AFC Championship games. He's somebody who I thought was really impressive last year with Dallas after they lost Trayvon Diggs for the year. Obviously, there was a lot of names in that defense, but he's someone who I think flew a little bit under the radar, and he is still a shutdown corner in the league, I think. And I still think that he could be an impact player at his old age.
And I think one of the things you see the theme with all three of those guys, quiet, positive locker room influences who come in, are malleable, not gonna rock the boat, et cetera, et cetera.